David, what is your worst impression?
Oh, gosh, that's really hard. I tend to go with Pinocchio. I don't know where he's not.
I see you have chosen the right path. Henceforth, you will be known as a WIMP. Welcome to the Worst Impressions Podcast. There's something strange in here. What's the deal with WIMPs? WIMPs, grilled onions, pepper jack cheese, and your own WIMP Nation.
Welcome to Worst Impressions, folks. We got a special episode for you. Before I get to our guest, don't forget to rate, review, leave 5 stars, and click all the like buttons. We're trying to get this show big. Tell your friends. Yeah, so I've got a super special guest today, Mr. David Corkill.
I didn't notice the crowd in here, but there they are.
It's a huge crowd. Let's crowd, go get another round of applause. David didn't get enough of that first one.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Speaking of crowds,
Yeah.
We got to host your first ever live episode of the podcast, right?
Yes, you did.
And
Thank
you
so
actually
much.
had a crowd and didn't have to press a button for them, right?
I know it was pretty cool.
So it was such a great experience having you there, and it was such a funny podcast, and the crowd was just so passionate about your show and about your characters and about all your little buttons over there and
my crutches.
It was such a following, and it was a real moment, and yeah, I just couldn't have been happier with how it turned out.
Well, dude, I'll be riding that compliment for 6 or 7 months here. Wow, thanks, man. It was so much fun, and you were so helpful, and you even you were on the computer adding stuff on the back screen, stuff that I didn't even think we were going to be able to do. That's awesome. It was such a dynamic show. Once you added that element on the fly, I was like, oh, dude, we can do really cool stuff here. This is really cool.
No.
And
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and just those producers will pull up the clips and pull up the things as they're talking about it. I was like, I don't know if this is okay, but I'm going to try it. And then y'all liked it, and the crowd loved it, and I was like, I'd rather ask forgiveness on this one.
Oh, dude, it was perfect. That's the kind of stuff at this show I love, just spontaneous. Just anything with spontaneity. We was, oh yes, that's gold. Oh, perfect.
Absolutely.
So that was amazing. Thank you so much so to introduce you, David Corkill, who are you? You are the what of the PACC, the Performing Arts Community Center of Waco.
I am the founder, owner, and the executive director. I can't say executive director. Oh my gosh. The executive director of the PACC. So, thank you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just opened September 6th, 2024. So we've been open as of recording about 13 months, and things are going great.
That is so freaking cool. So I've got some listeners that are plenty of them are from around Waco or have been or have left Waco since or whatever. But if they haven't been to Waco in the last year and haven't got to experience a show there, it's such a cool space. I'm always impressed, but you post or whoever, I guess it's you, whoever's running the Instagram or whatever, you post new shows all the time, and we're just like, what are they gonna do with that there? That's crazy.
Yeah,
but I've got questions about the variety of shows that you're doing, but anyways, were you nervous about coming here today to my underground lair?
A bit. It's I've been known as an impressionist, for a while, and so doing an impression podcast. But I don't know. I always like editing. Live is not my favorite
Wait, live is not your, and you run a full video like that's all live performances.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's a pretty interesting dichotomy in your personality, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you my first impression of you. Okay, you come on, like you do these. So, for instance, we just did this like comedy magic variety show together as well. You were the MC. You come out, and I don't want to just like expose all of your bits, but you rattle off a ton of impressions,
yes.
and like it's really, I think it's impressive because as of running this type of podcast, I'm just like, dude, you're perfect. Like, and I can only assume. You got a bit of Dana Carvey in there.
Yeah.
You got a bit of Conan O'Brien kind of a situation in there. Okay, so yeah, tell me.
Conan's my favorite person ever, so that was
Is
a
he?
huge compliment.
I talk about him. Okay,
Like-
all right, all the time. Okay,
I've been watching and listening to him constantly, seen every episode since like 2005. So
Really?
Yeah.
wow. So have you been keeping up with Conan Needs a Friend?
Oh yes.
Oh, hell
I listen
yeah.
Every episode.
we
all
can
the things.
vibe. All
Yes.
right.
So yeah, most of my, I mean, I look similar to him. I have very pale skin. I'm very tall, and I model my hair after him. I have a big swoop, and so people have been like, "You look like Conan O'Brien." I'm like, "Thank you." But I also act like him on stage.
Yeah, the way you were doing, the way I was like, is he doing? He's Conan O'Brien.
Right.
That's Conan O'Brien up there.
But I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just like if you watch one guy every night for 20 years, then you're going to start, acting like him.
Literally.
But can I tell a story about like how you got added to that show?
Absolutely. Okay, so this was the comedy or the how was it structured? Comedy
Magic variety show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, let it rip.
And so we did your live podcast at the beginning of September. And like at the very start of the live podcast, you did a stand-up set, like a 7-minute, a tight 7-minute stand-up set to warm up the crowd before you introduced your guest. And so I was like, oh, he's a stand-up too. He does stand-up comedy. That's cool. And it was really funny too. And so that show, the comedy variety show, came about just a week before it happened because we were going to have a movie screening night, but that fell through. And I was like, I need to put a show together for that Friday night. We'll do a variety show. I got a magician on, and I need to get a comedian on too. Oh, I'll just ask Erik. He's a comedian. And so I ask you, and you're like, sure. But then you confess to me later that you're not a stand-up comedian, that's the first time you've ever done it. And I was like, oh, information you could have brought to me yesterday. And so, but that being said, you went out there. We did 2 shows. We did a PG show and an R show, and you did fantastic. You brought out this character Dupe, and he did amazing too. And the crowd loved you. Like you did not bomb. You did incredible. So
thanks,
it's
man.
just really funny.
That means a ton. That means a ton. But yeah, no, you literally. I was sitting right there at that desk, and you text me in the evening, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell him I can do it. Like,
Right.
like I was just like, I can do it. I can come up
Exactly.
I was like, sure, I could do 2 sets, one clean and one not. I don't know, but because okay, so yeah, I would not ever consider myself a stand-up comedian yet. I wouldn't even like all of my comedy chops are. I wouldn't say they're in the past, but it's not something that I'm like actively sharpening or whatever, doing shows or whatever. It's all been kind of baked into this and doing this weekly and trying to make this funny and entertaining on my own time and yada yada. But yeah, when I was like, okay, when I'm gonna do a live show, well, I gotta have something that's guaranteed, like not just riffing with random, the guests there or whatever. So I was like, okay, I need to open up with hopefully something strong, something sturdy, something real. And I was like, okay, I'll just do like a little opening. Like I imagined it to be like I've always wanted to be like a late night show. Where they come out, they do their monologue or whatever.
Bring out the guests.
And then you bring out the guests. Yeah. That's what I want to do. That's my dream, even though late night is dying, allegedly. But what?
Yes. I don't want to get started. It's so sad. Late night is my favorite genre of television, and it's dying. So that's great. That's great. Yeah.
So was it, okay. So, okay, yeah, to round this out, and then we got to get into late night. Okay, so thank you so much for including me. But then I got to see you do your MCing.
Yeah.
And which is essentially you were doing stand-up, and you just were doing your own bits, your own takes. Like that's how I view stand-up. I'm not gonna do jokes. I'll do some of them, but I love doing characters and voices and like coming up with weird takes or whatever. Do you want to tell people what you do, or do you want to keep it a secret for the show?
No. I like. So I'm generally not good off the cuff. I like famously not good off the cuff. Now I can do improv. That's kind of different. But when you're like,
I got you,
doing a speech in front of people, or like kind of doing that kind of warming up the crowd thing, if you don't have it written down or planned, I'm not really good in that space. And so I was like, how am I going to do that? Kind of be the warm up comedian and the introducing all the acts. And I was like, I'll just default to my impressions, and just went with that and a different genre of impressions before every act. And so I wish I had it written down. I wish I had planned it more because like either they didn't know the impression or there wasn't much of a joke tied to the impression. But I was mainly just saying quantity over quality with my impressions because I can do a lot. They're not all great, but I can do a lot of them.
Specifically, you have a tool in your toolbox of that you can do all of the speaking presidents.
Yes.
From who?
Kennedy to the present. So,
and then you had to figure out, but you also had to figure out somebody on the fly though.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
So do I have your permission to go through all these?
I don't, hell yeah, dude. You don't have to do this for free, but I mean,
on the way over here, I was thinking, do I do the jokes with it or not? And so I'm just going to do the impressions. Okay. Like what they've actually said or something like they would say.
Great.
Just so that we can get into the impressions and I don't have to worry about improvising some jokes here or getting in trouble politically. And so, all right. Every president from Kennedy to the present. Here we go. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Lyndon Baines Johnson. Accordingly, I shall not seek and I will not accept my party's nomination for another term as your president. Richard Nixon. Oh, they want to know if their president's a crook. Well, I'll tell you this. I am not a crook. Gerald Ford. Our long national nightmare is over. Jimmy Carter. Oh, my name is Jimmy Carter. I'm a peanut farmer from Georgia. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you very much, very much. Ronald Reagan. Well, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. George H.W. Bush. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It wouldn't be prudent. Not gonna do it. Bill Clinton. Well, hey, how we doing? You doing okay over here? Thank you. Governor of Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. George W. Bush. Hey, how we doing? We got. I'm from Crawford, Texas. There's a saying we have. Fool me once, shame. Fool me. Oh, we can't get fooled again. Right? And we got Barack Obama. Hello, how we doing? Thank you, Chicago. Thank you, Michelle. We can do it. Thank you. And then this is where I realized in the set, the first time I was doing it that night, where I was like, okay, Trump came after Obama, but Trump's the current president. Is that about it? And I literally had forgotten about Joe Biden.
Classically overshadowed
Joe Biden, and realized at that point I had not done a Joe Biden impression before. And so I came up with it on the fly. And so here we go again. Yeah, wow, man. Come on, Jack. Here's the thing. Number one, you have to go over there, and B, you can't go over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like my friend Soda Pop says. You can't go there without going there. You know what I'm saying? And then of course we have our President Trump. This is the greatest. No, you're trash. No, but this is good. No, we're doing okay. Everybody's saying it. This is doing great. So that is all the presidents. Press the button. Thank you.
How many is that? It's a ton.
35 to 47. So
divided by 4, 12, plus or minus 8 for variables.
Yes, 11, I think.
Yeah.
11. Yeah.
Nice, dude. So yeah. So when did you realize you could do that?
So I've taught for 13 years prior to doing the PACC, and in addition to theater and music, I also taught some U.S. history, and I was that U.S. history teacher who went into the voices and game shows and all the things, and so like I just included that in the stuff, and even if we weren't talking about it, I would give the impression of the current president or whatever, and just added it to the arsenal.
That's incredible. Okay, so teaching 13 years, then the PACC. Oh my God. We got to unpack a ton of stuff here.
Unpack.
PACCwaco.com.
Okay, what?
Oh yeah, we'll get to we'll plug it. We'll have all of the links.
We'll plug PACCwaco.com.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
The link of PACCwaco.com.
Yeah, PACCwaco.com will be all over this.
Okay, good.
All over this thing. Okay. Did you grow up? You said you watched Conan forever.
Yes.
What? SNL.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the guiding lights for young David that like gets you? I mean, takes you all the way to opening a performing arts community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
What are those guiding lights from little David?
Just, I wasn't joking. Late night is my favorite genre of television, and I've watched all of SNL. Conan, I've watched and listened to him constantly since 2005. But there were others in there. Craig Ferguson's show, of course. Like
so underrated.
I know.
So underrated. It's painful. Everybody's just like
came back across my TikTok, and him and Jeff is just it's amazing. James Corden's show, Stephen Colbert's show, Stephen Colbert's old show, Colbert Report, Jon Stewart Daily Show.
So you like the guys in the suits being smart
and putting on a it's basically a variety show. And they got
But you like that suit professional like do you ever because I like to make it about me. I love to flip-flop. I love the suit and tie. We're doing a professional variety show. It's comedy, it's smart, whatever. But then I also love like Tim and Eric's awesome show, and like just like Rick and Morty, just like nasty, like whatever the hell, just down in the nitty gritty. Because, but anyways, but it seems to me you really like that.
Well,
that showmanship.
I do, but like, so Conan comes out in a suit and does his monologue, but then he throws to a comedy bit that he filmed the week before. He's not in a suit.
True.
He's in
Fair enough.
jeans and a shirt and getting on Jordan Slansky or something like that. And so it's but the format, it was so classic but it was done so differently. Like James Corden, for example, he came in 2015 into a format that had been going for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And he had to follow Craig Ferguson, who took it his own direction as well. But James Corden completely switched it up. Instead of one person on the couch, he had 3 people on the couch at the same time. He flipped it around. He had a lot more music and Broadway musical stuff, and had a lot of really unique comedy bits. I mean, he reinvented it again in kind of the same format,
So now, okay, what about the era? So is that like Conan on? Did you have any influence of that previous era? Because like I do love Letterman. Like Letterman, for some reason, just the way my house was set up, And before I ever had cable, I just had, local channels, and it would never pick up NBC, and it would drive me insane. So I was stuck with Letterman into Craig Ferguson for most of my childhood. But I knew plenty of people that watched Jay Leno the whole time. And then, of course, then there's the mighty Carson before all of that.
Sure. No.
But did you care about him?
No. I mean, I say 05, and I know exactly when it was. I mean, it's kind of a sad personal story why I got to it, but regardless, 05, and Conan was the first one of those things that I watched. And I just, the comedy matched with me, the mix between silly and smart. And so he was my guy from day one. He was my guy. Yeah. And I never got into Letterman or Leno. Definitely not Leno.
Which side of the coin do you fall on?
But got into Ferguson. So like the later ones, all those later ones who were doing experimental comedy and things.
The later guys always had it was always an uphill battle. There's how do we keep them till 1 or 2 in the morning? How do we keep them up? But I definitely stay up for Craig, man. Just that, like starting off super close to the camera.
But
that smirk.
Care for an awkward pause? Yeah, that's right. And so, but then around, I guess, 07, 08, 09, TiVo and DVR became a thing. And so we didn't have to stay up late anymore. I could watch it in the morning prior to going to school or going to work and whatnot, and so that changed the game. And so I could watch even more,
Interesting. Okay. So, all right. You have this influence. You grow up somehow, miraculously, through magic, human reproduction, or a cyborg offspring of man and machine. I can't quite tell. But you go into teaching.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, I had passions in music and theater. And with music, I mean band and choir and theater. And I loved them all completely differently and equally. But usually, and by usually I mean 99.9% of the time, you can only teach one. You're either a band director or a choir director or a theater director. You don't get to do multiple, but I'm like, why not? I want to do them all. I want to keep all of them in my life because
interesting.
I was a huge band nerd growing up, and as well as choir through my church and going into college, and same thing with theater. And so I wanted to do them all, and I had passions in them all. And so, I figured out a way to make it happen. If you teach at small schools, you're the guy. And I'm talking small schools.
Okay.
So, I started my career at Rappaport Academy in Waco.
Nice.
And I was there for 4 years, and it's this small public charter school. And I taught band there, I taught choir there, I taught theater there, as well as some U.S. history. And so instead of I would much rather teach 10 different things one time a day versus teaching one thing 10 times a day.
The same course, like for every period. Because all right, just shuffle through the students.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. And so I did that for all my career, just teaching. I was the performing arts director rather than just being the band guy,
That's really cool. Okay. And what age groups? Was it all ages? I don't know.
3rd through 12th, basically. So when you teach at the small schools, you
were the
multi-level,
guy. Wow.
And so you have to speak different languages. You have to speak the elementary school language all the way up to high school, and there are productions where I directed 8-year-olds and 18-year-olds in the same room, and so that's a completely different.
Yeah, you talk to them a little differently.
Yes.
Okay. Now, 13 years go by, I assume.
Yes.
Roughly. And then you get this insane idea.
Yes.
It sounds like. Tell me how this works.
Okay. So back when I was down, I was down teaching in Corpus Christi, and in 2020, the world shuts down.
What? No.
It's the first I'm hearing of it. Right? I was just in this room the whole time. but people still wanted to do stuff. People still wanted to put on shows and music and theater. And so we found a way to have kind of a COVID clubhouse, a music and theater organization. And these parents of a school I taught at wanted the program to continue. And so I created the Youth Performing Arts Community Center, or YPAC. And it was literally a clubhouse. One of these supporting parents had an empty 3-bedroom house, and so we filled it with pool tables and TVs and art and all kinds of things, and we did stuff. We had clubs, we had D&D, we had music. We recorded an album. We did a musical. We did a play. We did a full feature length film. This was like a 1.5-year experiment, like during COVID, and we had about 45 people as a part of it, just kind of in this form. And I knew it wouldn't last because once people went back to doing things and just kind of the time came to an end. But the whole time I was like, this could be a really unique business. I've never heard of a business like this that does it all, that has these types of rooms,
right?
That is a community center for all of the performing arts. I know of theaters, I know of music venues, but something that encompasses it all. And so I moved from Corpus back to Waco, and the landscape of Waco Performing Arts had completely changed in the 9 years I had been gone. There were so many theater organizations that had formed, so many other performing artists out there trying things, but most of them didn't have a home. They were nomadic. Yeah. And so I was like, I could build a home for them along with this idea I had. And so I dropped the I dropped the youth and created the Performing Arts Community Center, and found the absolute perfect location right in the heart of downtown Waco, this 6,000 square foot venue where we have a community room with couches and books and puzzles and music. We have an art room where people can do art, music room where they can do music. We have a huge dance studio, stage, dressing room, all the things. And just took a leap of faith on my education and my experience and my passion and my workaholicness. Yeah. Knowing that I would do anything in my power to make it work. And so far we're 13 months and still going.
That's awesome. That's it's okay. It's really cool, guys. Like, it's really awesome. And like, you explained it really well. Like, that is how it feels. The way you were talking about it. When you walk in the doors, you're like, what all can you do here? Like, it is, every corner is something new. And, I just, like, on a whim, I was just like, I wonder if I could do something in here. And it was perfect. So what would you, okay, so I know other people, and other people that listen to this podcast are, some of them are with those other groups that like those other that have done shows there or whatever. But then I do know plenty of people that are, kind of solo on their own, kind of like, what would you tell them if they want to do a show there, or like, what should they do? Email you?
Email me, call me, come and talk to me. We don't say no. We want anybody who wants to put their performing arts out there to do it. And at first we had to reach out to all these organizations and people, but now, as of like last spring and summer, people are reaching out to us. And now our calendar's filling up. Like we don't have a single open Friday, Saturday night till the new year, and all the way through Christmas. And it's crazy.
That's awesome.
How it's picked up like that. And I want to segue to a story about you again. Okay. And your podcast. So you had approached me, I think it was July maybe, about doing a live podcast. That sound about right? June, July.
It was in the spring, because
it was
early
on.
It was like May. It was May. It was definitely May, because I was like, do I try to get this in before summer starts, or do I do it after?
Well, you did so really well. Plenty of plenty of time. Some people are like, hey, can we come in next week? And it was like, okay, no. But anyway, so you were like, I want to do a live podcast, and admittedly, I hesitated. I mean, I love podcasts. That's not the thing. The problem is we had one live podcast experience up until that point, and it was in our first month of existence. Okay. And there were count them, 3 live podcasts all in one night. Okay. Under this label, 3 live podcasts. And I was like, they're going to promote it on their shows and get people there and be like, hey, we're going to go live here. Da, 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 da. And the only people who were in that building were the hosts of those 3 shows. End of list. They didn't even bring groupies. They didn't even bring their spouses. It was literally, they just recorded it somewhere else on our stage.
Brutal.
And the only audience was each other. And so, I mean, and I was on one of those shows as well. And it was nothing against, like, their shows are great and their ideas are great. It's just,
we'll see about that.
Yeah, that's right. That's not as good as Worst Impressions, but I just think there wasn't promotion or whatever, and so I hesitated when you reached out, but I did say, hey,
rightly so, totally valid.
As long as you get people there, as long as you promote, as long as you tell people on your podcast leading up to it and all that, and I was still worried. I was worried up until the moment that tickets started rolling in and people started coming in, and we had what, 30, 35, 40 people there. It was fantastic. Like that's a great show, and so we couldn't have been happier. But I admit I was worried.
Yeah, everybody that is like a regular listener, a WIMP as they say, they know that I drilled it at the beginning, like at the beginning of an episode and at the end, like for months.
Yes,
and they were just like, okay, we know, dude.
Yeah,
but it worked out.
And we're back.
And we're back. Whoa, what's going on?
Good morning.
Whoa.
What's the traffic like out there?
Yeah. Ooh, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a hey. But anyways, thank you for making it possible. Thank you for having a space for me to go do it, because it's between, like, if it didn't work, like if I didn't get it in with you guys, I was just like, maybe I could do like at a bar, you know what I mean? And the sound's probably not going to be good.
Right.
It's going to be too much clanging in the back, whatever. I mean, when I booted up, like when I put it all, slapped it together, I was like, this was awesome. Like this was like, because I've been to live podcasts of big shows, and I was like, this kind of, it's not too far off. Like I was like, we did it. This looks pretty good.
And not
you got the projector. You got the projector up there. Like, I'm telling you, it's such an awesome space. We got like,
well, it's not
so
just
cool.
just for podcasts, but that's what I say for any performer.
Yeah,
what's come, who might be used to performing in bars and things like that. Like, you're not just performing in some bar or some restaurant in the corner while people are eating, drinking, and carrying on, and then you're just background noise. You are the performance. People are coming to see you. Now, we have plenty of drinks, we have plenty of food, but everybody's sat facing you and enjoying the performance. And so, and we have a great sound setup where we could plug you in and get you recorded. And so that's what we wanted to extend to you.
Yeah, dude. It was the most fun I've had. Like, it was the highlight of my whole year. Like, hopefully nothing my wife did for me. I'm just making sure. But yes, I think it was the highlight of my whole year. So we're good. But yeah, dude. Okay. What in the future of the PACC are like? What, like, do you have any like goals that you're just like, kind of stewing around your head? And then we can shout out some of the stuff that's coming up. This is because this episode will come out like this coming Monday.
Oh,
so anything after,
sure.
But yeah. Anyways.
Well, we just started year 2, and in year 2, we started a whole bunch of new things to give them a shot. Namely, we started a coffee shop. I'm wearing the shirt of it, PACC Coffee. which also has Bluebell ice cream there, and so it's a full coffee shop open during the day and some evenings, and it's just a great. It's really really good coffee.
It is good.
And so that's been going. We are now producing our own full theatrical productions. We've done one-off shows before, a lot of those things, but now we're doing a full theatrical productions. In December, we're doing Chronicles of Narnia: Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Ooh.
And then
That's with Eustace and the
Yes,
right,
that's right,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right,
and
yeah.
the other girl. I can't remember the girl's name. I just remember Eustace because it was an interesting name.
Right.
But anyways,
and the annoying cousin Eustace. And
is that where they first get the mouse?
yes, yeah, Reapy Cheap.
Reapy Cheap.
Yes,
Yeah,
Reapy Cheap.
Reapy Cheap. Yeah.
And then in May we'll do Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the musical, and so
Nice.
that's going to be a huge deal. So if you're listening to this, auditions for Dawn Treader are October 22nd, 23rd. And just so those are our two main big things going into year two, and our role player improv troupe shows have really really taken off.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about this. So this is something that you put on, like you are creating. This isn't something outsiders are coming in.
Right.
Okay.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So
And what is this called?
You're like, what? Explain. I don't get it. I
Well,
don't get
because
it.
I try to keep track of, I was like, because I want to know who.
Right.
As a podcast that has guests, I'm just like, who's who?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we had produced these one-off shows, just like we'd done a sketch comedy show called Live from Waco. We had done a couple other things, but one of the ones that we wanted to try was a live onstage improv D&D campaign,
Critical Role.
Critical Role. Yes.
Sure.
And so but we didn't think much of it. We didn't think it would get too much traction. It would have a very niche audience, and so we thought only 10, 15 people will show up. And at the first show in January, 100 people show up
What?
to this thing.
Holy shit.
And people barreled over laughing, and they were like, "You have to do this again." And I was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna." And so we've done a live D&D thing every 2 months.
Okay.
And at the second one we had 150 people. At the third one we had 200 people. Like, it just grown and grown and grown. And so by the third one, we formed the official troupe, the Role Players Improv Troupe, ROLL, Role Players. Tell me you get it.
Oh, I do. I know.
You roll dice.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
So we did that, and we also go into different fandom universes. So we did Star Wars live.
Saw that.
We
Yeah,
did.
yeah. I didn't see it, but I saw of it.
We did Harry Potter live, Game of Thrones live, and so the one coming up most soon to this release is Lord of the Rings live, which is on October 25th, which is going to be excellent. And then we have another D&D live 6, which will be November 16th, and then to close out the year we have Avengers live, which will be December 21st. So we're getting into these fandoms. We're getting all these different things, and people are just loving these shows. And it's basically like these 2.5, 3 hour long campaigns. The audience participates. The audience helps with the improv, and it's costumed and it's fun, and there are prizes, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen before.
There's prizes?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
how
like,
long do these normally run? Like, these are like 7:30 shows, 7 o'clock shows?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock
So
shows?
usually 7 to 10 with a
Oh,
little
wow.
intermission in there. And so,
Oh, wow.
and at first we were like, oh, they're getting kind of long because there's a lot to do and there's a lot of things. But we realized that D&D people, their campaigns are at least 3 hours long. Their
for sure.
sessions. And so, but we can keep you as long as we keep your attention. And
Right.
So
Right.
people are excited for the outcome. People are excited for the boss battle, that kind of thing. So
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So how does the role players work? Are you casting these people, or is it people that you trust? How do you set those people up?
So I'm the dungeon master because
I'm in
I'm
charge.
the one, because I love writing those things, and I've been a dungeon master before, and just kind of taking the time to write and plan those things. But Yeah, at first I reached out to improvers around town and got kind of a little troop of about 4 people initially, and now we're up to like 11 different people,
Nice.
that we have to pull on because people have seen the shows and been interested and asked and so yeah, they're just, I mean, but it's not just improv people. I mean, it's local actors in town. It's yeah, it's all kinds of ages and genders. Yeah,
That's really cool. Okay. Yeah, now I've got a million questions that I want to ask after, off the pod. Interesting.
Why are you interested in joining?
I'm fine. Me? No, I don't know. I don't know.
Jarvis, you there?
At your service, sir.
You said Avengers, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah. And so, were I to cast you in Avengers Live right now, what Avenger are you going with?
The Blob. No, no, he's not an Avenger. He's
the
the
dude with the big face and Ant-Man Quantumanium?
MODOK.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the Blob. No, I don't know. I guess unfortunately, I guess I could be Smart Hulk.
Sure.
Because I could be
Professor Hulk.
Because Professor Hulk could be, because I could be larger than, I don't know what how your 11 looks, but I'm like, I'm no Ant-Man if you catch my drift. But yeah, that would be so fun. I mean, I guess, give me, 6 months and some TRT and some human growth hormones, and maybe you can get me a Hemsworth out of me. I don't know.
I mean, Hemsworth in Endgame, the fat Thor. I mean, you're right there.
God.
You're right there.
Oh, you're so right.
Just throw a long wig on you and a beer can in your hand, and you're there, man. No, I'm just kidding. He's so fit. He's so nice.
I'm chiseled. I've got 8 abs, guys.
Yes.
It's
But no. I mean, I assume we're going to be doing some kind of multiverse thing, and so it's like we have Black Widow, but he's a big dude now.
Oh,
so,
sure,
yeah,
Ultimate Universe. Oh my gosh, robocalls. Literally insane amount of robocalls lately. My information must be leaked, or they're attacking the podcast. But that sounds awesome. December 21st, you said?
Yes,
Interesting.
December 21st.
Interesting things. Okay. So besides the role players, anything you want to shout out that's coming up in I guess the next couple of weeks or whatever?
No,
I'll throw the links up in the show notes and everything. But
no, I mean, at the PACC we have shows every single weekend, 52 weekends out of the year. We have shows or events Friday nights and Saturday nights, and just this is coming out next Monday, so it will have passed. But just to highlight the amount of different things that the PACC does, this weekend alone, from Thursday to Monday, we have 8 different things going on. That's awesome. We have an album release party on Thursday. We have a heavy metal concert Friday night. We have a burlesque show Saturday. But then
my mom was like, "You want to go to this?" I was like, "Not with you."
And after the burlesque show, we have an EDM concert, and so it's just there's
the possibilities.
There's
are
probably
endless.
different people at each show, and they're not going to each other's shows, but it's just that's what the PACC's all about, just getting different kinds of performing arts there.
The community aspect is really cool, because that's the thing. I think there's so many, with all of the different performers and everything, that's the hardest thing, and especially with the isolation of everybody's algorithms, yada yada. We can get into it, but people are so isolated, and people are connecting less in person. But this is a great thing. And right after the live podcast, I was like, this is what you're doing is awesome. I told you, what you're doing is awesome, just so you know. And because some people are like, oh yeah, it's a venue, of course, he runs the venue, I was like, yeah, but this is different,
right?
And we've got parents that listen to this. So what classes and stuff you want to talk about that?
Absolutely.
So what do we do there?
I mean, to what you said about, we are fighting against the the temptation to stay home. We're fighting against TikTok and the screen and all the things that they can stream at home. And so getting those live performances happening is super important. But yeah, I mean, we have things for all ages. It's not just for kids, not just for adults, it's all ages. But yeah, we have classes all year round, different classes every season. We have workshops like all the time. We have a lot of different opportunities. We have camps every season, so not just during the summer. We have a fall camp, which is actually starting next week, and we have a winter and spring camp as well. So there's just always something going on. If you go to our website, there's every tab is a whole different thing that you can do at the PACC. You have classes, you have workshops, you have performances, you have the shows that we're doing, you have the coffee. You have the donate button.
Yes, donate.
But no. So the concept of the business and the concept of it was it's not just one thing. It's all the things, and that goes back to the origin of my teaching. I didn't want to just do one thing. I wanted to do all the things, and we're not just for youth. We're for all ages. We're not just in the summer. We're all year round. We're not just theater. We're theater, music, dance, and film. We don't just do performances. We do classes, workshops, events, and performances. So it's the encompassing all the things. Which makes it work. You know?
Yeah. No, that is that's awesome. It's overwhelming, but it's also like I want to be a part of this. You know, like you come in and you're like, well, how do I, you know, I want to get a little bit of this. You know, like I want to get a little bit of this. Okay. You said, okay, you did Pinocchio for the impression at the beginning. I know a guy. You did Shrek way back when they did Shrek the musical at Waco
Civic 2015.
Yeah, I knew the guy that was was in Donkey Face.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
Trey.
He was in the live show.
I make waffles.
That was.
Wait, he was at the live show.
Yeah, he was.
Wait,
he's gonna kill me if I'm talking about. But yeah, he's.
Wait,
I won't name him, but he was one of the guys that was on
I feel so bad. Oh. That was,
we'll talk.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about it after
Tell
the
him
pod.
I'm sorry.
No, no.
Did he recognize me?
No, he has no idea. He has no idea that I've made this connection.
No.
I made this connection because, like, a memory popped up on my on my Facebook, and I was like, and he like showed, because like he was like tagged in the cast list, and I was just like, oh yeah. And then I saw your name, I was like, whoa, what a crazy brain thing.
Because when he came on the stage, like he just. It's one of those faces where I was like, I know this person. I don't know where I know him from. Like I know that I have interacted with this person before. It
blew my mind. I was like, we're so connected. No way. We're so connected. There's so many layers to this, guys.
He did great, by the way. I don't know, but we need to get the old troupe back together and put on a show. Yeah.
Do
Shrek the musical with Donkey and Pinocchio only.
Yeah. That would honestly be, I mean, that is what everybody's there for. I mean, I guess Shrek a little bit, but sure, but like.
I wonder who could play Shrek, Erik.
I wonder who grew up idolizing Mike Myers and Chris Farley.
You have the green light on you already here.
Yes.
So very good.
Whoa. What's happening to me?
Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny.
But I had to drop, I was like, that's an insane connection for me to be making here.
Wow.
But okay, anyways, it is for those that are listening. This is WIMP-O-WEEN 6 now. 6 Halloween episodes. This is. David, do you have any scary stories, tales of the supernatural or aliens or something you can't explain that has happened in your lifetime?
No. Next question.
Dude, I'm so with you. It's so funny.
You had texted me this pre-interview question, right? And I'm just like, I don't have any of those. I know plenty of people who do.
Okay, so
I just haven't had those. Things.
Is it more that you don't have them, you don't have those experiences, or you don't believe in them?
Wouldn't one need to have one to believe in?
I don't know. I think there are people. I mean, I'll tell you. I've interviewed people on this podcast that love to come and talk about, aliens, and they don't have any of their own personal accounts. They're obsessed with other people's accounts of ghosts or whatever. Yeah. But for you, because as much as I like to indulge people that want to come and talk about them, and I do WIMP-O-WEEN and all that stuff, I don't think it's real.
Oh,
I don't think.
Well, I mean,
I don't. When people tell me, I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah,
didn't happen.
But I mean, it's all a matter of perspective, I guess. I mean, because if that stuff, and I'm talking about like the ghosts and supernatural, paranormal stuff. If that stuff was real, everybody would be experiencing those things, or like a majority of people would be experiencing those things. But it's only these certain people, and these certain people are louder.
He said it. Certain people.
You people know who you are. No. But on a more serious note, like I've had real death in my life, and my parents died when I was growing up, and so I just after that, the thought of kind of this afterlife and this supernatural death stuff in life just seemed like too much to hope for. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure.
I don't mean to super bring down
everything. No,
but
really appreciate it. That's wow. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
It being a hopeful thing.
Since I've, it's been reality to me. It's been in my life. It's hard to have the fantasies of afterlife stuff. But I think aliens is a whole other thing, of this category.
Interesting.
Talking about ghosts and paranormal and the on Earth spirit realm stuff.
You're about to tell me about the alien civilization you're from.
Yes, that's right.
Where you're from. Conan World.
Glorb Clape. Oh gosh. Cut that out. Okay. All right. So, no, I like, but again, I haven't had any personal experiences with them. But like, it's the cliche answer. It's the answer most people give. But it's like knowing how big our universe is, and the billions upon trillions of planets and systems there are. It's mathematically almost impossible to think that we are alone in the universe. And so like there is that, I'm almost certain that there is alien life out there. It's just
okay, dude. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, weirdo.
Okay. That is okay. Right there where your brain is going or went. That's how I am as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, yeah, there has to be. And I've gone down this road with so many people on here about like the UFO sightings or whatever. And I don't think the government is smart enough to like keep them away from us. But yeah, it's gotta be there in some way.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, you go. There's so many alien titled of my episodes. We can go back but I'm just glad to have you share your opinion on those things, especially for WIMP-O-WEEN 6.
Yes. Go ahead and go to WIMP-O-WEEN 5, 4, 3, or 2 if you want true believers. But this one, you have to bring on a denier or whatever. And,
that's awesome.
See both sides, both
Thank
perspectives.
You for being like, because that's where I'm like, because I've yet to find someone of a similar view. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, let me tell you, and I'm like, okay, this is an interesting podcast story. Yeah, literally, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you do run, whether you like it or not, you do run a theater, and theaters are known to have ghosts, and like little like just like the spirit of the place, whatever. Do you do the, what is the thing where you have to leave on the stage?
Ghost light.
Ghost light. Do you leave that on?
So
okay.
I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm about to contradict myself. 5 minutes
there
ago
we
here.
go. There we go. The
all right.
theater gotcha.
September 6th, 2024. It's our grand opening. We have a ribbon cutting that morning. And then that night we have an event. It's just a time where we introduce the team and we introduce who we are. And there's food and champagne and all this stuff. And about 100 people came. It was fantastic. And I'm dressed like P.T. Barnum. And and we just go through this night of just, here's who we are and here's what we're going to do. And literally the very last thing of the grand opening, the very last thing that happened on September 6th was the ghost light. And I tell the story of the ghost light and where it comes from and basically the essence of it is they leave a light on the stage so that somebody who comes into the theater can see. So it's not pitch black because theaters are pitch black. And that's the practical application. However, the supernatural application is that it keeps the bad spirits away. It keeps ghosts away.
Yes.
Out of the dark. And so
the ghost of Austin Avenue.
My explanation was kind of both. And so I brought out this standing lamp that's literally just a pole with a light bulb on top, and we counted down 10, 9, 8, 7, and then we turned it on, and it was kind of anticlimactic. It was just like click, and then okay, well, good night, everybody.
Okay, good.
But I was like, and we'll have the light on so that you can be like a lighthouse of performing arts in Waco, and you can always find your way here, that kind of thing. And so it was a thing, and just going with those tradition kind of things. But the building we're in was not a theater. It was an axe house, an axe throwing place.
That's right. It was.
And then before that, it was like way before that, it started as like a car dealership in the 20s and 30s. And so like, there's ghosts, but not super dramatic ghosts. It's axe throwing and car mechanic ghosts. Like, hey, well, there's your problem.
Yeah. Interesting. There's still time.
Yes.
There's still time. The ghost of Austin Avenue.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, David, you've been an incredible guest. So incredible, like top tier. Thank you for being here on WIMP-O-WEEN 6. Is there anything that you want to say? Any stories you want to tell before we wrap this thing up? Come see shows. Come see the shows.
I mean, there's shows. Come get some coffee, ice cream, classes, workshops. I mean, there's so much there. Awesome. But I mean, I feel like I've plugged a lot here. So
that's true. Fair enough.
So just check it out. But thank you for having me on. This was just fantastic, and I got to do some of those impressions. And I didn't finish the story of earlier, so far as like he wasn't a stand-up comedian, and I asked him to be, and he did a PG set and an R set, and he did fantastic, and he did so well that like I'm gonna have him back for things like that. So if you're looking for a stand-up comedian,
Eric, here we go.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm right here.
Yeah, Erik and Dupe. Oh, it's so good.
Hello. Thank you for listening to WIMP-O-WEEN 6. This is David Corkill, everybody. He runs the PACC, Performing Arts Center, Community Center of Waco. You can get snacks, coffee, drinks, and see all your favorite shows there.
What was that catchphrase you got? I wouldn't even do that.
Does that sound like fun to you?
Does that sound like fun to you?
Those are sacred punchlines. I will not share.
TM.
No, I'm just kidding.
Trademark.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I had so much fun. I got to meet Professor Pendark, and I'm been in talks with him, and hopefully I can get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be great. And yeah, like anybody, that is like that needs some extra publicity or whatever, just send them my way. I'll get them on the pod. And and we can talk more off the pod, but I would love to do more live shows.
Oh yeah.
100%. But even in some, like, just like even like without the audience, like maybe the daytime, do like a little coffee talk. Like this is
Sure.
all mobile. Like I just need an outlet in this thing, and I just unlock this and hook it up on a table somewhere, and we can just kind of put it on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And we can do like a little packed coffee
PACC
talk.
chat.
Something.
Welcome to PACC Chat.
PACC Chat. Yeah. We'll talk some more about
Yeah.
that. But anyways, thank you all for listening. Happy WIMP-O-WEEN, everybody. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. And good night.
I see you have chosen the right path. Henceforth, you will be known as a WIMP. Welcome to the Worst Impressions Podcast. There's something strange in here. What's the deal with WIMPs?